Welcome back to the Am I Rich Yet podcast. This is a podcast for millennials and Gen Zs where we talk to you and teach you how to save, spend, and grow your money smarter. So today we are on episode 5. This is part 1 of a 4-parter on savings, and we're going to kick it off with savings basics. My name is Georgia. I'm one of your co-hosts. I'm a Gen Z, current MBA student, and navigating my personal finances.
And I'm her dad, Rob, a retired financial advisor, going to be helping you making smart decisions with your money.
Okay.
Georgia, how are you going today?
Was that an attempt at Australian slang?
I was in Australia a couple times, and so I do remember I always thought it was great. I couldn't understand what they were saying. It was like, how you going?
Just how are you going? What do you respond?
In my car. How's the motor going?
How are the gears turning?
Motor's going pretty good today.
Okay, good.
So how you going?
I'm going good. It's 35 degrees outside today. It's a windy day. You can probably see some of the trees blowing behind us, and we're inside in some nice air-conditioned space. So I'm not complaining.
Georgia, what are we going to be covering in today's podcast?
Today is all about savings.
Okay, that should be pretty easy.
Well,
right? How are your savings right now?
Yeah, saving. So easy. Everyone finds saving money easy.
Okay, so we've had a lot of questions about savings. That's why we're doing 4 parts to this, and we're going to cover most of the questions in 3 and 4. 1 and 2, we're going to talk about savings basics, different types of accounts, etc.
Awesome.
So why is saving so difficult? It is difficult for a lot of people. And I think it's like whether you're trying to learn how to play golf or whether you're trying to lose weight or quit smoking. It's one of those things in life that a lot of people struggle with. And it's why a lot of people live pay to pay.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you struggle most with about savings?
Money burns a hole in my pocket sometimes.
You see the money there and you want to spend it.
Yeah, like consumerism. And I think I'm someone that works well when I know what I have to do. And with savings, sometimes it feels like I don't know how much I should be saving. I don't know where I should be putting it. So that lack of knowledge makes savings a stressful thing. And then I pull back and then I just spend my money.
So the interesting thing is you've been saving your entire life, but I've been directing those savings. And I probably haven't done a great job in telling you exactly how I was directing those savings. So one of the reasons you've been able to pay for your MBA is you had built up a fair bit of savings.
So yeah, consumerism, money burns a hole in my pocket. That's what I'm struggling with saving.
So what's the first question?
So the first question is, how much should I be saving?
So this is going to sound a little complicated, but think of it like tipping. If you're tipping someone 25% of your gross income, your top line income, remember G comes before N, that's fantastic. If you're tipping someone 20%, that's really good.
Yep.
If you're tipping someone 15%, that's still great. That's the sweet spot, at least 15%.
Okay.
If you're only tipping someone 10%, that's okay. Something was wrong. The service wasn't great or the food wasn't great. If you're, say, tipping someone 5%, a lot went wrong, right? Service was horrible. The food wasn't great. Meal took a long time. And if you're not tipping at all, that's kind of like not saving at all. So think of the levels of savings just like tipping, okay? The normal tip, if you've had good service and good food, is 15%.
So you're comparing saving, how much of your income you're putting into savings, you're comparing it to how much you tip a waitress or waiter.
Correct.
So yeah, if you're only saving 5%, you think of it like you're only tipping your server 5%. How unfortunate and shitty that is.
And who's that punishing? You?
Yeah, you're
That's
only
the future
punishing
you.
yourself.
Right?
So this seems like a golden nugget opportunity. The golden nugget here is that what's the magic number for how much of your total income you should be saving?
Minimum 15% of your gross income.
Awesome. Okay. So we heard it here. Minimum 15% you should be saving. And if you haven't been doing that, there's no better time to start than today. Calculate those numbers, calculate what minimum 15 to 20% would look like, and start saving. Tell someone in your life so you can have an accountability buddy if that's something that you need, but there's no better time to start than today. The next question here is, what are the different ways of saving money? Where should I be putting those savings?
Okay, a couple different ways of doing it. One, see what's left at the end of every month. How would that work for you? See if there's money in the account at the end of every month, and then you send that to your investments.
Yeah, well, given I just said money burns a hole in my pocket, there might be that 5%.
So it doesn't work for most people.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of clients over the years say, well, I'll see what's left and I'll send you the rest. The money doesn't flow in very often. Okay. The other is a lump sum. I've got money sitting in my account, and we've had some of the audience reach out to us and say they do have money sitting in their account. But lump sum investing isn't ideal. There's a better way, and that's called dollar cost averaging.
Right.
So what it is basically you're going to pay yourself first every month or every 2 weeks. Most people go monthly, a set amount of money. So that's how you do it. You automate it, you set it up. It's not a contract. You can stop it at any time. You can increase it, you can decrease it. But you're making a commitment that I'm going to save $1,000 a month into my TFSA or my RSP or my first home savings account. So that's the approach.
So just so I understand, dollar cost averaging is the same as putting away that 15 to 20% we talked about it, but it's automated?
Yep, automated.
So is it your bank calls it dollar cost averaging?
Yep.
In the industry?
It's called dollar cost averaging. It's done through something called a pre-authorized check. So you've authorized the bank or the investment firm to go in and take that $100 or $1,500 out of your account every month on the same day and put it into an investment.
Got it. So if I've never saved and I wanted to use this method, I would go to my bank, call my bank and say, I want to set up dollar cost averaging of 15% of my income.
Okay. And they can help you work through that. Maybe you're working through a robo-advisor, Wealthsimple, or a trading app like Questrade, or your bank's own online app, or you're working with an advisor. Either way, I've been doing my savings my entire life has been through dollar cost averaging. Every month, putting a set amount in.
Okay. And what I like about it is that the responsibility is off you. You've done the hard part. You've gone and talked to the bank. And I think what people will come to learn is once you stop seeing that money in your bank account, you forget it was even there in the first place. So that money, you have this peace of mind now because you know your money's going away automatically into savings and you get to spend what's left, like we've talked about.
And I'm a spender, so I've been able to spend what's left.
Right.
Now, I should be spending 3 months of what's left, but at least I know my savings are happening.
Yeah.
And the key is just never stop that.
Okay. Let's quickly just go over the advantages and disadvantages. We've named a few of the advantages.
Okay. So let's say you're planning on saving $1,200 a year. You could invest that $1,200 all at once, but you could do it when the market's high or the market's low. There's a timing risk. If you're putting in money every month, there's no timing risk. Sometimes it's going to be high, sometimes it's going to be low, and there's a big advantage to that. If the market is high and you're putting money into an investment, you're buying less shares. If the market is low, you're buying more shares. So you actually earn a better return when you're doing dollar cost averaging. So that's a simple concept, but it's a good strategy. Number two, it helps to build a habit. It's like every day I go for a walk in the morning for 40 minutes. It's a habit. I don't feel right unless I go for my walk.
Yep.
And investing's the same way. Once you start doing this, you won't want to stop doing it.
I like that.
We talked about the advantages. You buy more when things are on sale. You buy less when things are expensive. So that works out. So I think it's a great strategy. I think almost everyone should be dollar cost averaging.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay. So what's the bad news?
What are the disadvantages?
People can stop or suspend the account at every time. So we'll have clients over the years who will call in and say, and they won't even talk to me, they'll just talk to one of my associates and say, could you please stop my monthly savings plan for $2,000 a month and restart it again in August? And then I go to look at their savings for the year, and they were supposed to save 15%, and they've only saved 10% because they stopped it for 4 months or 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one of the drawbacks. Number two, it doesn't automatically increase. So let's say your pay goes up by 10%. You need to increase your savings by 10%. You need to do that. Unless your advisor knows your pay went up or the app knows your pay went up, but it probably doesn't.
Yeah.
So you need to manually increase it. Same if your pay went down. Maybe you want to lower it a bit. So that you've got to do that yourself.
Okay. And that's not going to feel great because you just got this pay increase or promotion. You're excited about it, but it's important to do. And I remember one time I came home and we were celebrating a promotion I got. And the first thing you said to me was, oh, great, we get to increase your savings. And I like crumbled on the inside because I was like, what about all my hard-earned money?
But all I'm saying is if you're saving 15%, whatever that new bonus you just received, 15% of the total amount of the bonus, not what hit your bank account, needs to go into savings.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you just do that, you're going to build wealth. You're going to be able to retire earlier, and you're going to be able to live a great financial life. And maybe that's savings just even for your first house, first condo, whatever it is, you got to automate your savings and commit to it.
Okay. Anything else on the disadvantages?
I think sometimes people, if you've got a lump sum, let's say you've received an inheritance of $100,000.
Yep.
Ideally, the best time to invest that money is the minute you receive it. Market goes up 2/3 of the time. So always put the odds in your favor. If it goes up 2/3 of the time, don't worry what it's priced at, just put the money in. Okay. 2/3 of the time, you're going to be right. Some people like to go in a little more gradually. Let's say you received $1 million as an inheritance. Not many people want to put $1 million into investments all at the same time. So they may do it over a period of 6 or 12 months. Okay. Your returns will be lower over time, but you'll feel better. And at least the money's getting invested. So sometimes that's how we would handle a lump sum.
So that covers disadvantages, and we can move on to another question. We talked about what percentage of your income should go into savings, minimum 15%. But the second part of this question, is buying real estate considered a saving for the future?
Absolutely. So let's look at this a couple of different ways. If you're saving for a house or a condo, that will reduce your rent expenses down the road. So you're saving for an asset, that's actually savings. Nothing wrong with that. If you're saving to buy an investment property, that's savings as well. That's going to provide income during your lifetime. The minute you've paid down all the debt, you're going to be cash flow positive on that, and you'll start making money. So buying real estate is actually saving. You're buying an asset. Buying a car is not saving.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a big difference. Buying investments is saving. Buying real estate is saving. Buying a car, going on a trip, that's not savings.
Buying something from Aritzia.
Not savings.
Buying something from Whole Renfrew.
Definitely not savings.
Buying something from Canadian Tire.
No, none of that.
Okay.
None of it. Okay. Pretty clear?
Okay. Next question is, what are the different types of saving accounts?
Okay. So next episode, we're going to cover these, but quickly, best savings accounts for these two generations. There's a cash account, there's an RSP account, there's a TFSA account, and the new account on the horizon is the FHSA, the First Home Savings Account. So we're going to cover all those in our next episode. There's other types of accounts that are a little more complex. There's group RSPs, there's the Canada Pension Plan, there's an individual pension plan called an IPP, corporate savings account, RDSP, RESP. We're going to cover those in our next episode.
Okay.
So that's good for today.
Awesome. I think this was a great running start into our 4-parter savings episodes.
Georgia, what have we learned today? What are 2 takeaways?
The first takeaway, you should be saving a minimum of 15% of your total income.
Yep.
And 2, a great way to do that is setting it up through dollar cost averaging.
Perfect.
Okay, there are your 2 steps. What are we talking about next week?
As I said, we're going to go and do a deeper dive into the types of accounts and what are the ideal accounts that you should be starting with in terms of your savings.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us here today on episode number 5, and we will see you next week for part 2 of this 4-part series.